안녕하세요 여러분, 미스터 기우스예요. 자, 오늘은 이 엄청 복잡한 영어 책을 읽을 건데요. 자, 이 낙서는 제가 한 거 아니고요. 중고 때문에 다 지웠는데요. 아직도 이만큼 남아있습니다. 네. 자, 그러면 읽기 시작하겠습니다. 채널 구독 시작하겠습니다. Long, long ago, at the very beginning of time, when the world had just been made, there was no night, it was always daytime. No one had ever heard of sunrise or sunset, sunlight or moonbeams. There were no light creatures such as owls and tigers, and no night flowers that secretly opened their petals at dusk. There was no soft night air heavy with perfume. Sunlight always filled the sky. The light jumped from the coconuts at the top of the palm trees, and it gleamed from the backs of the alligators wading at the edge of the sea. Everywhere there was only sunlight and brightness and heat. In that time, the great African goddess Imanja dwelt in the depths of the sea, and Imanja had a daughter who decided to marry one of the sons of the earth people. With sorrow and with longing, the daughter left her home in the deep ocean and came to live with her husband in the land of daylight. Imanja's daughter loved her husband, and she loved the magic of daylight that he showed her. The shimmering sand of the beach, the rows and rows of cocoa and sugarcane birching in sunlight, and the sparkling jewels and feathered costumes worn in harvest festival. But with time, the light became too bright and hurt to Imanja's daughter. The sight of the workers bent over in the fields day after day hurt her eyes and her heart. And finally, even the brilliant colors worn by the dancers at the festivals burned through her drooping lids. Oh, how I wish night would come, she cried. Here there is always daylight, but in my mother kingdoms there were cool shadows and dark, quiet corners. Her husband listened to her with great sorrow, for he loved her. What is this night? He asked her. Tell me about it, and perhaps I can find a little of it for you. Night, she said, is like the quiet after crying or the end of the storm. It is a dark, cool blanket that covers everything. If only we could have a little of the darkness of my mother's kingdom to rest our eyes some of the time. Her husband called at once. His three most faithful servants. I am sending you on a very important journey, he told them. You are to go to the kingdom of Imanja, who dwells in the depths of the seas. You must beg her to give you some of the darkness of night, so that my wife will stop longing to return to her mother's kingdom and will be able to find happiness on land. The three servants set forth. After a long, dangerous journey through the surging waves of the ocean, over the cliffs of underwater sand, and past the rather sharp reefs of coral, they arrived at the palace of Imanja, throwing themselves at the feet of the goddess. They begged her for some night to carry back with them. Stand up, you foolish man, she commented. How can you beg a mother whose child is suffering? And without a second lost, she packed a big bag of night for them to carry through the circling currents of water. But, she said, you must not open this until you reach my daughter, because only she can calm the night breeze I have packed inside. The three servants put the big bag alongside them as they swam back through the cool, swirling sea. Finally, they emerged into the bright sunlight of the store and followed the path home, bearing the big bag upon their heads. Soon they heard strange sounds. They were the voices of all the night creatures squeezed inside. The servants had never heard this strange chorus of night scratching before, and they shook with fear. The first servant stared at the screaming bag of voices and began to tremble. Let us drop this bag of night and run away as fast as we can, said the second servant. Cowards, said the third, trying to sound brave. I am going to open the bag and see what makes us all those terrible sounds. He laid the bag on the ground and opened its sealing wax with his teeth. Out rushed the night beasts, the night birds, and all the night insects. Out jumped the stars and the moon. The servants ran terrified into the jungle. But the servants were in luck, because Imanja's daughter was standing at the shore waiting for their return. Ever since they had set out of their journey, she had stood in that one spot under a palm tree at the edge of the sea, shading her eyes with her hand and praying for the darkness. And she was still standing in that spot when the servants let night escape. Night has come. Night has come at last, she cried, as she saw the blue-black shadows gather on the horizon. I greet you, my kinship's brides. And when she spoke, the night breeze were suddenly calmed, and there was hushed darkness everywhere. Then the gentle hum of the night creatures began, and moonbeams flicked across the sky. The creatures of the night appeared before her. The owl hunting by moonlight, and the tiger finding its way through the forest by smelling the dark, damp earth. The soft air grew heavy with the smell of night perfume. To Imanja's daughter, this coming of night was indeed like the quiet after crying or the end of the storm. It was like a dark, cool blanket covering everything. And just as if a soft hand had shut her tired eyes, Imanja's daughter fell fast asleep. She awoke feeling as if she were about to sing. Her receipt did. She was after the coolest of her night dreams. Her eyes opened wide to the brightness of the glittering day, and in her heart she knew she would find peace in her husband's land. So to celebrate the beauty of her new home, Imanja's daughter made 3 gifts. To the last bright star still shining above the palm tree, she said, glittering star, from now on you will be our sign that night is passing. You shall be called the morning star, and you will announce the birth of each day. To the rooster standing by her, she said, you shall be the watchman of the night. From this day on, your voice will warn us that the light is coming. And to the birds all about her she called, you singing birds, you shall sing your sweetest songs at this hour to announce the dawn of each day. To this day, the gifts of Imanja's daughter help celebrate each new sunrise. In Brazil, the early morning is called the Mandrageda. As the Mandrageda slides onto the horizon, the morning star winks in the sky as queen of the dawn. The rooster announces the day approach to the sleeping birds, and then they sing their most beautiful songs. And it is also true that in Brazil, night leaves out quickly like a bullfrog, just as it leaped quickly out of the bag in the beginning of time. The night flowers suddenly open their petals at dusk, and as they do, the owl and tiger begin their hunt for food. The beasts and birds and insects of the night begin to sing their gentle carols. And when the dark, cool blanket of night covers everything, the people of the earth take their rest. 여러분 오늘 진짜 엄청 목소리가 나갔어요. 네, 처음에 오픈할 때 하이 텐션이었는데 지금 로우 텐션이 되었습니다. 몸이 시원하죠. 자, 아무튼 다음 영상은 아마 다크디셔스의 현실판이 나오지 않을까 싶은데요. 다크디셔스의 현실판도 많이 즐겨주시고 다음 영상도 많이 즐겨주시면 고맙겠습니다. 구독, 좋아요 꾹꾹 눌러주시고요. 알림 설정 따르따랑. 그러면 다음에 만나요. 안녕. 미스터